So, welcome back to No Man's Sky, everybody. Oddman 105, aka the Oddwood here. And I recently received a request from a viewer to make a tutorial demonstrating how to recreate the Corvette that was featured in the thumbnail of this video. Well, here's that Corvette. I call this the Cobra Mark III from Elite Dangerous, or as close as I could get to the Cobra Mark III with the parts on hand. Now, instead of rebuilding this exact Corvette, let's do one better. Let's build this Corvette instead. This is my interpretation of the ASP Explorer from Elite Dangerous, and this is a super easy Corvette build right here, with no glitch building required. The only thing you need are the parts. So let's get started. Now, rather than provide a list of all the requisite parts needed to build this Corvette, I think it'll be easier for me to simply show you the needed parts as we build it. And I also recommend that you go to your difficulty settings and change your save to either creative or set all crafting and purchases to free. This way you don't have to concern yourself with purchasing or searching for parts. Okay, so let's begin with the core components and structure of the Corvette. So, let's start with the landing gear. So we want 2 landing gear, placed like so, and we're going to use 2 additional mag field landing gear. We can get them to place. One right there, and one right there. Okay, next we'll be using all Ambassador class halves and Ambassador class walkways for this build. So, 2 halves stacked on top of each other like that, and 2 additional halves, port and starboard of the second level halve. There we go. Next, 2 Ambassador class walkways, like so. We'll be using the Thunderbird cockpit because in my opinion that's the best looking of all cockpits, but you can use whatever cockpit you want. There we go. And the Ambassador class landing bay goes right there. Okay. Next, let's add another Ambassador class walkway right here. Then let's add a heavy linkage right there. Okay, next let's add 2 Medusa class reactors. One right here, and one right there. Okay, next up, let's add the thrusters. So grab 2 Titan sublight thrusters. One right here, and let's flip it. One right there. Perfect. And let's add 1 photon cannon array to the front. If we can get it to stick. There we go. Right there. So now that we've added all the basic core components, it's time to finally de-uglify this Corvette. So what we want to do next is add some wings, or something that looks like wings. Okay, we want, here we go, turbine aerofoil, so let's apply some of these. One right there, and let's flip it, one right there. Okay, hold it, let's zoom in a bit, there we go. Okay, add another one to the port and starboards, adjacent to the next set of halves. Okay, right there and right there. As you guys can see, the ship is beginning to take form. We want to do the same thing for the underside. So, there we go. Add a piece right there, and there we go. Now let's add some additional attachment points by using, if we can find it, 2 Zenith class reactors. This will also boost our hyperdrive range. So we want to attach one just above the magnetic landing gear here, and also on the adjacent side, right there. Okay, so now that we've installed the additional attachment points, we can now add more wings to the ship. So let's go back to the turbine aerofoil and let's swap it. Not that. There we go. Put one port and starboard on both sides. Like so. And rinse and repeat the process for the ventral wings like so. Let's flip it. There we go. There we go. Add 2 more turbine aerofoils to the ventral side of the aft wings like this. Okay, one right there. And mirror. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now let's remove the boxiness from the rear ventral side of the Corvette. Let's add, if we can find it, here we go, Vesper cowling. Okay. Flip it right there, add one right there, and one right there. Cleans that whole thing up. Perfect. So as you guys can see, we're just about done with the ventral side of the ship. So what we need to do now is add 2 shield generators and try to obfuscate them as much as possible. So let's grab 2 shield generators. Okay, 2 high energy shields. Okay, we want to mount these vertically. And you guys will see why in a minute. So mount these here. Okay, now we need to hide those as much as possible. Okay, we want the Speedbird nacelle, so flip it. There we go. And let's attach. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. It's good enough. Let's add another one. There we go. And attach it. Okay, now we are officially done with the ventral side of the starship. Now let's work on the dorsal side. Okay, now let's get rid of this flat top. So let's fix the dorsal side of this ship by adding a heavy linkage right here, as you guys can see. Next, let's add an additional thruster. Let's go with the Pyro Drive booster right there. Perfect. Okay, let's grab another Vesper cowling and let's set this up right here. Perfect. Let's grab the Vesper diffuser and install these on the port and starboard, forward and aft sections of the ship. So let's move this up one right there. And mirror right there, and let's do the same for the aft section of the ship. One right there, and you guys see it starting to come together. There you go. And we're almost done. So at this point, let's grab an Arcadia S-foil. Attach one to both port and starboard sides of the ship. Flip it. Nice. And last but not least, let's add some more weapons. So let's grab a phase beam array right there, as you guys can see. And let's add a torpedo launcher right there. Hold it. There we go. Perfect. And before you guys beat me up in the comments section, let's add 2 Deadeye cannons. Let's do one right there and one right here. Hold it. There we go. Perfect. And because we're completely naked, let's give this thing a coat of paint. So let's go with the traditional red. Now you can paint this any color that you want. That's entirely up to you. But let's go with red. Oops. And you guys get the idea. Paint the entire ship. And there it is. It's done. The ASP Explorer from Elite Dangerous, or as I like to call it, the ASP Explorer Mark II. The poor man's starship that's capable of doing everything. Alright, so let's do a quick interior tour. Okay? So here on the first deck we have 2 refiners. And we've got a multi-tool weapon rack with the mission radar. On the second deck, of course, you've got your cockpit, and always have your coffee pot as close to your pilot's chair as possible. Never fly without a coffee pot, people. Right there. Okay, over here in this hab is the grow room. I'll let you guys imagine what we're growing here. Gotta have your nip-nip. This is spare space. We'll figure that out later on. And over here are the berthing areas for 2. Again, nice, simple, super easy build of what I call the ASP Explorer from Elite Dangerous. So guys, that's pretty much it. Sound off down in the comments below and let me know if you guys like this build or if you would like to see other Corvette builds from me in the future. So with all of that being said, this video is a wrap. I've been Oddman105, aka The Odd One. And if you guys found this video informative, then you know what to do. Smash that subscriber button, hit that bell icon, leave a few likes while you're here, and hey, don't forget to check me out on Twitter at Oddman105. And I will see you guys when I see you guys in the next video. Please stay safe and remember, don't just start the fire, bring the smoke, and take care out there.